You still there, my man?
Alright, I'm back.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, I'm on 200 ping, so...
Go, click. Does it say you're connected to the internet?
Yeah, I'm...
Oh shit, I'm on controller. Yeah, I gotta go to keyboard and mouse. You can tell I'm on keyboard and mouse. Hold up. Hey, no builds.
No, why are you switching to keyboard?
No, I already have. Imagine if I had that, that would have been insane. I'm gonna switch snipers. Why did I just do that? I wasted the ammo on this fucking thing that takes literally 2 years to reload. Oh, he dink!
Nice. Do you want to play some like duo soon?
Sure, but I literally just started the broadcast and it's called Trickshotting. And I literally haven't hit one trick shot.
You can still trick shot and you can still trick shot in arena duos.
It's not that easy. You can't trick shot in arena. It's pretty much impossible. It's next to impossible. With all the fucking sweat running around. If the last is bot squad, I'll do it. But if not, I'll just end the broadcast and then I have a secret. Today I said I'll promise that I keep it. Now I'm fucking leaking it internet. I can tell my fans anything. One day I said I have a secret. She said that I'll promise that I'll keep it. I just knocked out the trap. Let's go, let ducks. Oh, and guys, I bought this skin, the scorpion skin. It's in the item shop. Oh, and I'm about to put in a shameless plug, alright?
Huh?
And guess what code I did it using? I did it with using code LEN in the item shop, and I recommend you using code LEN too. It helps me out a lot. What are you doing?
I had to do it to you, sorry. I had to do it to you.
I'm going to the controller and I'm going to do trick shots on controller, alright? So there's no building still. Because we're doing trick shots, so there's no point in building. No, we're trick shotting! But we're trick shotting, there's no point though. That's what all the frickin' OGs
go back on
do.
PC.
Why? Hi. How did I miss?
Hi.
Hi. I'm gonna check him up. Right, it didn't even hit me, so I don't know what you're on about, fam, but don't know if you're on the same vibe.
Like duos, because I got 5 minutes.
Okay. If you ask when am I gonna get my V-Bucks?
Mom!
Oh, that no scope though. Bro, what are you doing? Nah, don't. You're not doing that, man. Hello, when am I getting my V-Bucks? Oh, that was a heat tanker.
Oh no. Mom, when is last getting this V-Bucks?
Dude, I want to hear the reaction, Harlow.
She doesn't answer me once again.
Just do you literally just have one go and then just say, give up? Is that what you do?
When's Leonard's gonna get his, V-Bucks? You should don't know.
I'm just gonna give up because I'm convinced I'm not gonna get it.
Come on. Go back to lobby.
I am.
Oh, awesome.
I'm going. Bro, my freaking $100 be like, ooh.
Are we back?
Bro, you can literally smell money. It smells pretty good, actually, to be honest. It kind of I don't know what it smells like. I don't know what to say it smells like. Oh, I know what to say it smells like. It smells good. I'm gonna go for some trick shots. If we get to last in spot squad. Or just maybe normal no scopes. I don't really want to like risk the game. So. Bro, look at my 8,215 V-Bucks. I had 11k and 415 V-Bucks before, but I gifted 3 people 800 V-Bucks thing. Oh no, 1,200 V-Bucks thing, and then I bought myself an 800 V-Bucks thing, so uses up quite a bit of V-Buckaroos.
He gifted me the what?
Crystal.
You gifted me the skin. Yeah, the crystal skin. And the pickaxe. That goes really good. It goes really good with the crystal, eh?
I don't know. I haven't used it with crystal. I haven't even used it. I'm probably not ever gonna use it.
The crystal?
No, I'd use the crystal, not the pickaxe probably.
You probably might once or twice every like year, month.
Maybe.
How about? Oh, never mind. How about this next game? We have to wear the same loadout. Well, yeah.
But I want to wear the loadout I'm wearing.
We all know we're going Slurpee.
You can, but I'm not.
Where are you going?
I'm a changed man. I'm not gonna hot drop. I'm gonna go retail and then just cause I don't want to die, so I'm just gonna go retail and then just go for placement. Even though placement points aren't a thing in normal duos, I'm just gonna like try go for placement so we can get to last, and then do the dirty work on a little unsuspecting little kid. Right, I literally had 430 V-Buck, $30 codes to freaking spend on V-Buckaroos.
How much V-Bucks do you have left?
8,000. I'm pretty sure it's like 8,200 and something. 215.
You can still like gift so much things.
Yeah. Why do you keep unplugging your mic, man? Or like muting it or whatever?
Cause my mom. Retarded. Okay.
Tell her.
I'm dead.
And on me. I got attack. I'm coming on.
Are you coming?
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm gonna throw some nades at that house.
I'm coming to you.
So you've got nothing.
Can I have a gun?
Nah, all of my guns I actually need. Alright.
Oh, no, yeah.
Hold on, I'm getting rushed by a door.
I'm coming.
Crack the shield. He's no shields, but so am I. He keeps phasing through all my builds! Holy shit! Come on. No! He's so he's got no shields. Yeah, just raise. You're getting rushed! Rushed! Above you! Eat my thing. Never mind. Bruh, if he bans me, I'll be pissed. I need mats! Give me some mats! No, I'm just kidding. I am low, 1 HP, 200 clutches. Hey, it's my birthday, Harlow, it's my birthday. Oh, you got that res though. He's rushing. No, don't edit it. Oh shit, this man is fucking bombarding. He did. He's so lucky he had those nades. I would have clapped him if he didn't have those nades. Yeah. Alright, ready up.
Oh, hi, I'm a funny boy. I mean, you're not funny boy.
I'm gonna invite Finny Boy. Okay, guys, people who are thinking I'm trickshotting on keyboard and mouse, we're not. We're going once we get to last, we're gonna go for trick shots. So trickshotting on controller and normal duos for last. Yeah, yeet. What's his name? Yeah, Finn. Why can't I spell this kid's name? Ferdinand M. Scott. Dude, I know his name, Harlow. I know his name. Did he unfriend me? Scott. Harlow, I know you don't know. He unfriended. Oh no, he didn't. Never mind. One day I said I have a secret. Nah, I'm pretty sure he just turned his stats off because as soon as I messaged him, it said he went offline, so I think he just turned his stats off. Cause he is toxic, so. Body, pee-pee.
Deadpool likes hybrid, but he has like a whole bed of cuddle team leader.
He doesn't like hybrid. He likes cuddle team leader. Bro, I'm literally holding $100 right here. My cat. 9,000 hippos. Oh, that guy's been in my game. I clapped his ass, man. He's a bot. He's a bot. Yo, let's land sweats. Let's land sweaty. Sweaty sands. Why aren't you talking? It would be appreciated to execute your mic back in. Escort your mic into the hole where you plug in your mic. I'm fucking dumb. What is this? What is it, people? Let's go.
I freaking hate my mum.
Ah, don't say that, Harlow.
Huh?
Jeez, bitch, you hate you more than you hate her. I'm just kidding. Please don't fucking get me demonetized.
She broke my main HDMI.
Oh, boo-hoo, man. I broke my own HDMI.
This keyboard this PlayStation, this controller makes me edit slow. I'm gonna be real.
Dude, you're just copying what I told you from Mongrel, man.
I saw that.
This keyboard makes me edit slow when he's popping he's actually popping the fastest edits I've ever seen. He's like, this keyboard makes me edit slow. I just love how he freaking grinned.
Those cable makes me out of sight. Legit, only got a pistol.
My virtual lucky. Oh, I got a purple pistol. You can have it.
He's like a legit chest from right below me.
Legit chest? Like, are you sure it's a legit one? Oh no. Oh.
I always get blue ARs.
I never get them.
Yeah, talk to me a minute. Sure.
One day I said I have a secret. Wink, wink. Well, how did no one land here when it's literally right next to the little boss?
Hot drop.
I know. What a hot drop. One day I said I have a secret. And then she said I have a secret. I said I promise that I'll keep it. Why is that there if there's nothing gonna like actually right now? I actually pulled it. Nice. I don't even have an SMG shotgun or sniper. I would appreciate a sniper if this game could please escort a sniper to my inventory.
Next minute I get a sniper.
Sniper. Have you got a sniper yet?
I've got a tackle me.
Alright, I'll take it. Let's go to loot.
I know you will.
I know I will. Ooh. I got a big pot!
Okay, people have definitely landed here, yeah.
I can hear that. I got visuals. Do you still have visual on?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get that tacky wacky. Hold up.
Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Do you have any tack ammo? Or shot ammo?
I'll do some.
Shot.
Give me 6.
Shot. Barely anyone knows where this chest is, but it's in here. It's easy. I literally found that out easy. Oh, pump if you want it.
Huh?
Pump. I don't want it. Cause I like tacky wackies. Gotta do.
I'm in the toilet. Oh, blue tack. Let's go.
Nice. Was it from that chest?
Huh?
Was it from that chest? I'm gonna rush these guys. I might need backup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're lucky because I was gonna loot that chest, but I just gave up. I'm shooting him. Oh, I killed him.
Was he a solo?
Yeah. His teammate probably died. I'm just gonna give him a quick L. He deserves it. Why can't I emote? I'm literally... Harlow, can you hear me? Harlow, can you hear me? Harlow.
Not emoting. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
No. Oh, yeah.
I can't move.
Oh, you're kidding me, donkers.
The only way I can move is if I do my lightsaber thing. See? What does it look like I'm doing right now on your screen?
Go on controller.
I am on controller. I think the servers have crashed. Can you move?
Yeah, I can move.
I'm gonna see if there's an update. There's probably an update.
No, I can move perfectly.
Do you have to get off Fortnite or the PlayStation?
Probably just actually,
The whole PlayStation or just Fortnite?
maybe the
Oh, it just kicked me off the internet.
Did it?
Says it did.
Wait, drop your loot,
Why?
because you're not going to be back on for this match. Yep, thank you for all that tasty. Oh, you had it.
I didn't drop it, Harlow. I didn't drop it.
Oh, you gave me an orc.
I didn't drop it on purpose. Can you hear me?
Dude, just
Go to get party chat. Go to party chat. She's the one I want the most. I can tell her anything. I didn't drop it on purpose. I didn't drop it on purpose. It kicked me out.
you're script on that.
I'm gonna go play solo.
Okay. I'll try get the. Oh no, you won't get the double.
Nope. One day I said I have 2 secrets.
You had gold loot though.
One? Yeah, not really. Oh, can you hear me? Hello. I don't know what this kid is up to, but he can't hear me. Hello, why aren't you talking? Talk, Mr. Hollow.
Yeah, I'm back.
Why aren't you talking? What? Okay. I can tell myself anything because I love myself. I can tell myself anything. Oh shit, I didn't even put my keybind back on. I fucking hate this game. I can't do it, actually. One day she said I have a secret. I said I'll promise that I'll keep it. I'm gonna make a TikTok because I can rip my keybinds off, and I think that's pretty cool how I can do that. Let's go to item shop in 15 hours. And 2 days. I'm just kidding, just now. It's been 10,000 hours. And like, I'd spend like literally max 2 hours. And maybe one more. If that's what it takes to get it. Yes. I'd spend maybe 2 hours. And probably maybe one more. If that's what it takes. And get a Fortnite dub. Nah, I can get dubs so easy. Holy shit. What's this happening? Yo.
I knocked out a door.
Mm-hmm.
Or a boxer. What was fishing man?
To get this song on the album, and things got very heated. Soon after, the police broke up. From Sting losing it, now Bono, these chaps are unstable. Coming in at number 4, we have U2's Exit. Okay, a little fact that I just want to interject for you here because it blew me away. I recently learned...
Wow.
Find out winning this, would you be mad that it kicked you?
I
don't really give a shit.
Is a plane crash survivor.
To be honest.
Plane crash survivor.
Yes, I'm watching a YouTube video.
The lovable cartoon worth over $1 billion. In fact, did you know that the voice actor of Peppa Pig, Harley Bird, earns over $1,000 per hour? That's insane. I wish I had her job. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Amazing Top 10 and welcome to today's video. I'm your host, Lindsay Ivan, and today...
Bro, do I have to mute this kid?
10 times Peppa Pig ruined your childhood.
Yes, I'm trying to just watch a YouTube video.
Show that thousands of kids worldwide watch. Probably a show that defined a lot of children's childhood. So if you don't want your memories of Peppa to be tainted, I suggest you not watch this video. So Peppa Pig, for those of you who don't know, is a British animated show that follows the life of Peppa, a little preschool-aged pig. Seems completely harmless, but I'll be telling you otherwise. Starting off this countdown, we have foul language. So Peppa is known to be fairly sassy. She definitely has an attitude problem. But
Bitch, you got a fucking attitude.
Right? Well, parents were saying that the show actually taught their children to swear. So a mother claims that after watching a particular episode, her daughter regularly used the F word. She learned this from the episode titled End of Term Party. During this episode, the characters are talking about Peppa's school teacher, Madame Gazelle, and her past as a guitarist in a band. Grandpa Rabbit then says the line, "Ah, that's right, she played the guitar with the rocking gazelles." But it sounds like he says the effing gazelles. What's worse is that people then made parody videos where they dub over the cartoon and make them swear and say inappropriate things. It shows Peppa cussing out her parents and friends and making lewd comments, completely ruining the show. Moving on, at number 9, we have the adult jokes. So there are tons of children movies and shows that have jokes specifically for the adult audiences that are often forced to watch alongside their child. It is shown that Peppa Pig does this as well. So in one episode, Freddy the Fox is talking to his dad, and he says, "I've just had my dinner down a rabbit hole." No explanation needed. In the episode called Shake, Rattle, and Bang, the children are trying out musical instruments for the first time. As a result, they are all playing them and making a lot of noise. That's when Madame Gazelle says, "Anybody can bang, bang, bang." These are just some of the innuendos that people have found. If you knew what these jokes meant as a child, then it definitely would have changed your perspective on...
Bro, I already know what these jokes mean, and I am a child now. Stupid bitch.
Episodes where Peppa is
Stupid, I'm not gonna let you get
dad's appearance for being more plump than the others. She's constantly making snarky remarks about her dad's weight and stomach, which you can see upsets her father. So how is this going to impact developing children? They are literally going to think that fat shaming is acceptable. So here are some examples. In one episode, Peppa is in her treehouse. Her dad asks to come in, but Peppa will only let him in with the secret word, which is Daddy's big tummy. In another episode, her dad wants to go down the slide, but Peppa says, "Daddy, you're too big to go down the slide." When he gets stuck halfway on the slide, she laughs. Her dad is embarrassed and says, "It's not funny." She replies with, "It looks very funny, Daddy." And then you have the episode where Peppa needs a partner for a race. Her dad is so excited to be her partner, but Peppa bluntly says that he sucks at running. There are way more examples of her just being rude to her dad, saying he doesn't look fit or his tummy is too big. How is that going to make kids feel if they end up being bullied like this for their weight? Coming in at number 7, we have ageism. In Peppa Pig, there are multiple times...
Bitch, if you watch Peppa Pig now, you fucking deserve to be bullied.
They're shaming the older characters and discriminating against them because of their age. So in the episode titled Granny and Grandpa's Attic, Peppa asks her grandpa what an attic is. Her grandpa replies with, "It's where we keep all our old things." Then Peppa says, "Like you, Grandpa Pig?" And in another episode,
oh, get roasted, you
birthday,
bitch.
he's about to blow out the candles on his cake. That's when he says, "Wow, there's a lot of candles." And Peppa replies with, "That's because you're really old, Daddy." Now, these seem like innocent little jokes, but honestly, ageism is a very serious issue and can have negative effects on the elderly. For our 6th spot, we have the Peppa effect. With Peppa Pig's increasing popularity, there are tons of children across the world watching it, meaning there are tons of children being influenced by the show. Reports say that children who watched the show started to copy Peppa's behavior. This includes having a slight British accent and even snorting. But this means that kids are also picking up her disrespectful behavior. They call this influence the Peppa effect. Peppa is shown to be rude to her parents and friends. In fact, she even says things like, "I don't like you anymore, you're not my best friend." So parents reported saying that kids were being more defiant and having bad attitudes after watching the show. A research study also proved that their show was making kids lose their capability of developing empathy. So yeah, kids were literally turning into Peppa. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with the horror episodes. So Peppa the Pig isn't a scary show at all. It's brightly colored and lighthearted. However, there are individuals out there that have made their own episodes. Have completely taken away the innocence of the show. So in some of these videos, it starts off looking like a normal episode. Then all of a sudden, it's filled with blood and violence. In one episode, Peppa and her brother are being
Go to parody, dumbass.
Their dad holding a bloody knife. Then they run into the kitchen where they find their mom's head cut up on a plate. In another episode, you have Peppa at the dentist. Her teeth are being pulled out, and then later on, an axe gets wedged in her head. There have been lots of reports of parents letting their kids watch these episodes thinking that they're just from the normal show, only to be horrified when they see the violence. In our 4th spot, we have Peppa's real height. This one shocked me quite a bit when I learned it, but apparently Peppa is 7'1". That's right, she may look like a little pig, but in fact she is a towering monster. That means that all her friends that appear to be around the same height as Peppa are also 7 feet tall. But on the show, Peppa isn't shown to be the tallest character. That means that the adults are even taller than her. In fact, Peppa's dad is a whopping 14 feet tall, and her mom is 11 feet tall. That's horrifying. They literally are mutated giant pigs. Moving on to number 3, we have Satanism. So apparently some people believe that satanic messages are hidden inside episodes of Peppa Pig. So first off, pigs are thought to be associated with the devil. There are multiple demons that have taken the form as pigs or demons that have been turned into pigs. Then people claim to have seen a lot of hidden images in the show, like how her flashlight and all the sink taps in her house look like the all-seeing eye, which is often associated with the Illuminati. Then people say that when the characters bring their hands together, it looks like they form horns, looking like devil horns. And lastly, people think that all the pigs' tails look like the number 6. Now, they are often seen together, meaning that if there are 3 pigs, their tails would form 666. They also say that the 666 design was also seen on one of the instruments used during the episode Shake, Rattle, and Bang. So, what do you think? Are people overanalyzing the show and ruining it for others, or what? In our second spot, we have Peppa is a real girl. So, this theory will literally make you look at the show completely differently. So, one person made a theory that Peppa the pig is based off a real human girl by the same name. They say that Peppa was a young girl that lived an isolated life with mentally unstable parents. She herself had countless medical conditions, including schizophrenia. Her parents would constantly abuse her and call her a pig. This made her convince herself that she actually was one. She would then have imaginary friends, which were animals. One day, Peppa killed her brother George after a fit of rage. As a result, her parents locked her in a basement. Then one day, a man got lost in the woods and stumbled upon Peppa's home. Parents let this man stay the night where he encountered Peppa. As a result, he learned of her story and decided to turn it into a show. But instead of it being a dark show, he gave her the positive, happy life she never had. Coming in at number 1, we have Peppa the cannibal. That's right, Peppa is a pig that loves eating bacon. So in one episode, you can see Peppa eating pizza. However, it looks as if there are slices of pepperoni on it. Or should I say, Peppa-roni. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, someone decided to make a video about Peppa's cannibalism. So, in the video, Peppa tries bacon for the first time. After that, she becomes obsessed with the taste. She even goes as far as to biting into her dad's stomach and eating it. She ends up attacking and eating her mom as well before trying to get to her brother. But he hides out in the basement. When she has no more pigs to eat, she starts shredding off her own arm skin and eating that. That's just very disgusting and wrong. And that's it for today's video. You know the drill. As always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and comment something down below. And don't forget to hit that bell notification and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos.
Wait, well, when did he leave?
Yeah, and I'll see you when I see you. Grandpa... Then people say... I need some water. They also say that the 666... Carrie. Peppa the pig, the world's most famous anthropomorphic pig that is now a big part of millions of kids' lives. But is this necessarily a good thing? Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. I'm your host, Lindsay Ivan, and today I'm bringing you the top 10 signs Peppa Pig ruined your childhood, part 2. Make sure to check out part 1 if you haven't already. And if part 1 didn't ruin the show for you, then part 2 definitely will. Starting off this countdown, we have the vampire. Madame Gazelle is a French English-speaking gazelle that teaches Peppa and her friends. She's also a vampire. Okay, obviously not your typical, like, highlight sparkling in the sun vampire, but she definitely is one. One of the biggest clues to this is in the episode Pumpkin Party. It's a Halloween episode, and we can see Madame Gazelle and Susie Sheep standing in front of the mirror. However, only Susie Sheep's reflection is shown and not Madame Gazelle. Well, that's because vampires don't have reflections. Madame Gazelle is also shown to never age. Yet we know that characters in the show do show signs of aging, such as Grandpa Pig versus
Fuck off!
Additionally,
No!
not only Peppa,
He's serious!
but Peppa's parents' teacher. During a flashback scene, we see that Madame Gazelle looks the exact same as she does currently. In the episode, Madame Gazelle leaves...
That's a bot! Fight him, man! He's a bot!
Madame Gazelle must...
It's literally not a person, just fight him.
She was an adult...
It's not a person! This kid's such a freaking scaredy cat. It's not a person, just freaking strike. That guy's such a fucking pussy. Hello? Why did you leave?
Vampires actually live for eternity. Moving on, we have Momo. For those of you you who
Why, I want a chick.
Momo, basically, it started off as a social media challenge or game, where Momo would try and get the player to commit acts of violence or harm themselves. Well, turns out that individuals were splicing images of Momo into YouTube videos of Peppa Pig. The video would start off as a typical Peppa the Pig episode, but halfway through, Momo would appear and would tell the child watching to do tasks like take pills, turn on the gas, or cut themselves open with a knife. In one episode, Peppa Pig and her family were out on a nice picnic. Then, Momo was spliced into it, and she told the kids to harm themselves. Fortunately, most of these episodes have been removed. However, parents are warned to only watch episodes that come from the official Peppa Pig YouTube channel. Coming in at number 8, we have Peppa is banned in China. Apparently in China, this show is a symbol of rebellion. As a result, anything Peppa Pig related is banned from the popular video app called Douyin. It is said that around 30,000
You wanna play doors?
of Peppa Pig were removed. Any
Holla.
videos made with the hashtag Peppa Pig would also get removed. Apparently, users were making vulgar jokes or rap songs with Peppa Pig and were even getting tattoos of Peppa. The catchphrase, "Get a tattoo of Peppa Pig, give a round of applause to gangsters," was also blocked on the platform Weibo. Well, this was all banned because it is said users posting about Peppa Pig are considered society people, otherwise known as street punks that go against the mainstream values. They don't condone this behavior, so Peppa is banned. Making our way down the list at number 7, we have Peppa Pig's real face. So, isn't it quite weird that Peppa and all of her friends are shown from a side profile and you never see them straight on? It's always like, that's funny, you know? They just always have their head tilted sideways and they have 2 eyes and a mouth at the side of their face. Well, an image of the real Peppa has been circulating the web for quite some time now. According to this image, if we see Peppa straight on, then she has a total of 4 eyes and 4 nostrils. She literally looks like a humanoid type creature, so maybe that's the real reason why Peppa can only be shown from the side. Her and her friends are all alien animal type hybrid creatures. In our 6th spot, we have the hacked Facebook page. In 2013, a hacker targeted the popular Peppa Pig World Facebook page. As a result, they posted tons of inappropriate content for kids and adults to see. This included messages like, "Go to hell," or sexual Peppa Pig memes, or even hate comments. Parents were outraged when this happened and shamed the hacker for doing this to a kid-friendly show and page. Other things posted included spam links and racist and sexual comments. And all the Karens wanted to talk to the Facebook manager. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with the mutated animals. So in my first theory video, I established that Peppa Pig is massive. She is 7 feet tall, and her dad is 14 feet tall. Well, what can account for their massive size and 4 eyes? Well, apparently people theorize that the show actually takes place after a radiation leak wiped out all of humanity. This radiation caused some of the animals in the show to mutate and also get human characteristics, like being able to walk on 2 feet and talk. Now, I say only some animals because other animals in the show are completely normal. In one episode, Peppa visits the zoo and sees the other animals, and they're normal. They walk on all 4s and they don't talk, meaning they weren't affected by the radiation. In the same episode, Madame Gazelle is afraid of the zookeeper, Mr. Lion. While this suggests that they once were prey, and although they live in harmony now, the fear of the past still lingers. Then, in the episode called Nursery Rhymes, the character sings "Mary Had a Little Lamb," and we see a normal girl with baby sheep, suggesting that these animals were once in close contact with humans, meaning Peppa's world did have humans at one point. Now I know in one episode we see the Queen. Well, hello. The Queen is untouchable, so that explains it right there. Moving on to number 4, we have the drug problem. As a result of Peppa Pig's huge worldwide success, multiple Peppa Pig amusement parks have been opened. Sadly, at one of the attractions called Peppa Pig World, large amounts of cocaine were found. This park attracts about 1 million visitors per year. Thousands of visitors being little kids. It is said that people were using the areas as well as the bathrooms. In fact, traces of the drug were found in 4 out of the 7 bathrooms, meaning it was being used all over the park. An investigation was conducted after a Peppa Pig lunchbox was found packed with this substance. Police went through the park using a wipe that will turn blue if it comes in contact with the drug. The bathroom tested positive. And it turns out they have an abusive relationship. Throughout the show, father for his weight. She's just always making something really bad about her father. Then as I also mentioned, she makes fun of her for his
10, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100.
However, it's shown not only to have an unhealthy relationship with her dad, but also with friends.
40,
Because Madison
60,
often says things like, I don't like you anymore. You're not my best friend. And I think we all know
10, 20, 40, 60, 90, 10, 20, 30, 10, 10, 20, 10, 20, 40, 60, 80, wait, 10, 4, 10, 40, 10, 20, 40, 60, 10, 20, 10, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 10, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100.
He's constantly telling the kids to eat lots of fruits and vegetables. When one kid asks what kind, he says apples, strawberries, and carrots. Hello, his friend is Miss Carrot. Yeah, and why would he tell his kids to pick his friends? And Mr. Potato has a huge following. People love his show. Tessa even tells him that she watches his show every morning. Meaning, he has control over tons of kids and can use them to do his dark deeds and kill off as many vegetable people as he wants. And in our number one spot, we have the cult leader. Now, I'm not done with Mr. Potato just yet. Isn't it odd that he keeps saying exercise is important and we must all exercise? Yes, okay, the show probably wants to promote kids to get out and get active, but he just constantly says it. Well, it might just be that Mr. Potato is actually a cult leader. He isn't actually a potato, he's just someone in a potato costume. He then uses his show to recruit new members. In the episode Mr. Potato Comes to Town, it's the grand opening of his new sports facility. When Peppa and her friends enter the building, you see a bunch of characters walking on the treadmill. They are all walking in sync and at the same speed. Then there are two characters on the bike pedaling at the same speed. All of these characters have no emotion or expression on their faces. It's like they've been hypnotized. And that's because they are, probably from eating fruits and vegetables loaded with some sort of drug. This allows Mr. Potato to have complete control over them and can use them to do his evil bidding for him. And that's all for today's video. Let's move on to our comment shout-out portion. I'll be showing up comments from my video, Top 10 Famous Urban Legends That Came to Life, Part 3. Grady Jones commented, I like that she puts a lot of effort into doing these bids. And a great storytelling of Ashamish. Love your urban legend stories. Well, although that was a little confusing to read, thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Yes, I put a lot of time and effort into writing scripts and researching everything. Yeah, thank you so much. Jordan Smith commented, you guys are the best. Keep it up. I'm stubbed. Aw, thanks, Jordan Smith. I appreciate that as well. You're the best.
Tinky Winky
Hello everyone, welcome
Dinky
back.
Sminky
It's Pop
Stinky.
Man. We're going to do another video talking about the creepy times when friends have sleepovers. Some people say there's safety in numbers. Others say that evil hunts for groups. Nobody says that actually. It's just me. I think. The point is,
22K.
we are back with this series.
V-Bucks.
My name is Dan Burke, and this is the Top 10 Scary Sleepover Stories, Part 2. I just want to quickly let you guys know
20K
brand new
V-Bucks.
Sports One is launching this Thursday. I'm excited about it. We've been putting out amazing videos all about your favourite games, esports and streamers. The channel is ready, the videos are ready. All we need is you to go and subscribe using the link in our description box below.
Kind of want the raptor.
as well, if that means anything to you guys. The link is probably in the comment section too. I'm not really sure. Why don't you go and check for me? Alright, thanks guys. Let's get back to the video and I'll see you over on Esports 1 this Thursday. Starting off at number 10 now, we have the camera. This one comes from user I happen to disagree. They said that when they were about 14, 3 of his friends were having a sleepover. For the purposes of this story, he called them A, B and C. They were staying at A's house. Now A lived with his grandfather and his mother and grandmother passed away from cancer. That night, his grandfather was out of town. The group stayed up playing video games and then crashed at about 2 a.m. on the floor in the living room. Later that night, he woke up freezing cold. He checked the time. It was 4:30. He looked around and saw a red blinking light over on a coffee table. He made a mental note about the light seeming out of place, but he was cold and too tired to get up, so he rolled over and went back to sleep. The next morning, he was woken up by A shaking him violently. He opened his eyes and could tell by his face something was wrong. He tried to ask him what was going on, but he just pointed at the coffee table. On the table was his grandma's old camera. He told him it hadn't been out of his grandma's drawer since she died. Who took it out? They tried to calm themselves down by saying it must have been his granddad, who was getting nostalgic, perhaps. Friends B and C seemed okay with that, but A had his doubts. A week went by and they had pretty much forgotten about the strange morning, except for A, who had been stressing out ever since. He decided to go and get the film on the pictures developed. He called them the next day. His voice was trembling and he told them to all come over quick. When they arrived, he threw down the pictures in front of them. There was a bunch of holiday snaps from the last trip that his grandmother went on, but when they got to the last 3 pictures, they froze. The pictures were of all of them asleep on the living room floor in front of the TV. Nobody else was home that night. The camera had no self-timer. None of them have ever figured out what happened, and it still sends a chill down their spines. Moving on to number 9 now, we have the stalker. This one comes from Reddit user A Platinum Gamer. He said when he was 13, he and a few friends were heading over to their friend John's house for a sleepover. About halfway along their journey, in a rougher part of town, they noticed a man in a dark jacket walking behind them. It was getting dark and cold. The further they walked, the more he seemed to follow them. Despite taking a different route home to try and lose him, still he followed. 10 minutes went by. They reached the end of John's street. The man slowed down. They rushed into the house. Okay, but shake it up. Later on, John's mother and brother left the house, leaving the boys alone. They sat on the couch watching movies. He got up to get a drink from the fridge. When he closed the door, he glanced at the window and thought he saw someone standing outside the front of the house. It was dark outside though, so it was hard to know for sure. He sat down. About 20 minutes later, he glanced at the window again. This time, there was no mistake. He saw a man standing outside, the man who followed them home. He calmly looked back to the TV, hoping to not give anything away. He quietly told his friends that there was a man outside, but not to look. John looked. They all freaked out. John called his brother, who said he would come back right away. They hid in the living room until he came back. They searched around the whole house but found no one. Perhaps the scariest part is that apparently this wasn't the last time they saw him either, but perhaps that's a story for another day. Moving on to number 8 now, we have the serial killer. This story was told by a Reddit user who said that when she was a kid, she shared a room with her sister. One night, they had one of their friends over for a sleepover. As they fell asleep around 1 a.m., their friend woke them up to show them that a deer was on their back deck. Now, they were in Montana. This was quite a normal sight. They didn't really want to see it, and they fell asleep again. Their friend stayed up, though, to watch. She woke them up again about 5 minutes later to say that, actually, she thinks it's a person. They looked again and saw the shadow move. She was right. It was definitely a man. They started freaking out. They saw 2 green laser lights. They were small pinpoint lights that seemed to come from the man's head area. He was looking into their kitchen window. She was too scared to tell her parents or move, so they rang their home phone. It rang loudly and the man took off. The cops were called out but never found the guy. They did tell them something though. 2 weeks earlier, the police had sent around notices warning of a dangerous sexual predator on the loose. Some thought that he was staying with a family member just 3 streets away from their house. A few months later, that man was caught by police for the kidnapping, abuse and murder of 2 children about a 2-hour drive away. In his police interrogation, he confessed to stalking kids by watching their homes at night. He used night vision goggles with green lights on them. Let's say no more on that one. Next up at number 7 now, we have the knocking. This one came from a Reddit user who said that he had a sleepover as a kid with his friend Mike. It was a cloudy, dark night. was a bit of rain and an occasional crackle of thunder. They were 13 years old. Mike lived opposite a field surrounded by trees, and his backyard led to a forest. He and Mike were playing long after his dad went to sleep. While playing video games, they heard a knock at the back door. The blinds were shut, so they couldn't see outside. Mike opened the blinds. As he did, he shut off the TV and lamp because he didn't want them to be seen. Their eyes adjusted to the outside. They could see nothing but grass, lit up every few moments by lightning. They waited with bated breath. They kept their eyes glued to the window, half expecting a figure to emerge from the darkness. Eventually, they turned the TV and lamp back on, trying to pretend that they'd imagined the knocking. The blinds were open this time. Every now and again, he would take a nervous glance at them. At one point, as they were engrossed in their game, they heard a second set of knocks. He and Mike jumped up and looked at each other. They couldn't really see outside, at least not until the flash of lightning that lit up the area outside, only for a split second, but long enough to show a person standing at the window. They ran. They ran upstairs to Mike's dad, screaming at him to get up. The three of them then ran out to the backyard, but they found nobody. In the piles of wet mud, they found heavy, distinct prints of boots. They followed the footprints, but they eventually disappeared. They looked out into the woods, but there was nothing. They all went back to bed. He and Mike were sleeping in the living room. Of course, he couldn't sleep now, even with the blinds shut. Then, at exactly 12:15, there was a third set of knocks. They ran upstairs again. This time, the dad ran outside alone and told them to call the cops. The police came but found nobody either. The knocking didn't happen again, but that was more than enough for a lifetime. He never slept over at Mike's again. The thought of it has always given him the creeps. At number 6 now, we have Janice's mother. This one comes from Reddit user Susie Greenberg. Now, Susie said that when she was 10 years old, she went for a sleepover at her friend Janice's house. They hadn't been friends for long, but her parents were quite laid back, so they let her go and stay there. She was dropped off, and soon they were singing karaoke. Janice's mum said that she had to leave, and so the pair were left alone for the night. They had a great time and ended up going to bed in Janice's room around 1 a.m. A few hours later, Janice's mum came home. She started banging on the bedroom door, causing Susie to call out in fear. Janice told her to be quiet, but it was too late. The mum kicked the door open and grabbed Janice's face. She began screaming at Janice because she apparently left the TV on. She began slamming her fists around Susie and screaming, "You think you're better than me?" over and over again. Susie was sobbing and scared. She asked to use the phone so her mum could come pick her up, but Janice's mum refused, saying, "I know what you're doing, little girl, and you aren't going anywhere until I say you can." She barely slept that night. The next morning, she managed to get hold of the phone while her mum was in the shower. Her own mum came and picked her up, but she was too scared to say anything. It wasn't until 2 weeks later when she told her sister. She told their parents, and they all comforted her. A few weeks later, Janice stopped coming to the school. It wasn't until years later that she realised that Janice's mum must have had deep-rooted issues, ones that a child might struggle to comprehend. Moving on to number 5 now, we have the cellar door. This is another one submitted to Mr. Nightmare. The user said that they used to be friends with a kid named Chris. Chris moved away across the state when he was 8. Since he never got to see Chris anymore, he got his mum to drive him out to Chris's new house way out in the country. When he arrived, he was impressed. It was a big house surrounded by woods in all directions. They watched a movie that night and chatted. Sometimes he thought he'd hear noises coming from below the house. He asked Chris if he had a basement. Chris said no, but said his family had all heard the same noises over the past few days and that they were calling out someone to inspect it. The next day was warm. They spent the day outside and went for a walk in the woods. They followed what looked like a path. Suddenly, Chris tripped over something that made a clank. They looked down and saw a covered-up cellar door that Chris said he wasn't even aware of. They opened it up. A ladder led down to a pitch-black tunnel. Both of them froze. Then a sound roared at the tunnel, a bang and then a metallic clanging, getting closer and closer. They realised it was the sound of someone climbing up the ladder. They ran in fear and fetched Chris's dad. He too was shocked by what he found. His dad gathered a few friends and they went down to investigate. They came up about 5 minutes later. Every one of them looked shaken. They had a secret meeting with Chris's mum and didn't let the boys hear anything. The police arrived soon after. They were forced to stay in their rooms. It wasn't until years later when Chris found out exactly what happened that he finally texted him. His dad had found 3 full body bags in the corner of a dark room, an old cot, broken beer bottles everywhere, and the smell of freshly smoked marijuana. When they heard the sounds coming from below the house, they had probably heard the sound of whoever was living down there and whoever was responsible for the dead bodies. At number 4 now, we have the giggles. This one comes from Katie the Magnificent. Now, she said that when she was a kid, her best friend came over for a sleepover. They hung out in her room watching videos on their computer. They were laughing hard, but notice when they stopped laughing, they could